Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on your location on the globe. It's KG. We are here for our RoyalQ training session. I believe it's going to be straightforward. The focus is on the sub being real-time settlement mode, so that we gradually move away from the whole warehouse settings, with hopes that as activity takes place, then the market is able to buy at the lower lows. We have seen that it is more advantageous to shift to that, because there are times whereby the markets can really drop to the point whereby you don't come back to the level where you entered at. Say, for instance, at the moment you're looking at the chart of dot USDT. Now, when you look at this chart, you can see that at the moment it's been bullish. It's been bullish. It's been going up. We are on a daily time frame. Say, for instance, if you entered the market on the 14th of September, this particular green candlestick here, you'll see that you will find that so many days go by without the market coming back to this level. It took a lot of days before that level can be touched again, and the market is now actually has broken above the price at which you would have entered. I'm just giving this as an example so that you've got an understanding of what will be happening when we go to our margin configuration. Operating this particular app, it's not difficult at all. We form a chain. When you have an understanding that markets move up and down, 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 like that, so whether in an upward trend going upward like that, or in a downward trend, they all move up and down, up and down. That's what is happening. It's important for you to have this particular understanding. I'm just quickly going to draw a positive trend. I'm not going to talk about the issues of gradients and so forth, but the line that I'm drawing now here, friends, is a trend. It shows you that the market has been positive, and then with that being shown, I'll just quickly change the color of this particular gradient to green, just to show you that this is a positive trend. It means more money is coming into the market. And let me please draw another gradient. Here's another trend line just immediately after here, and you will see that this is in the opposite direction, meaning that in this case, the market is falling. The market is falling. Please allow me to change the color to red. So it means here the market is moving up. On this other side, the market is actually moving down. You can still have actually another trend line here. Let's draw the gradient, and then you see exactly. You can see now the market is more even steep, and it means it's another positive. It means in this regard, the market is doing what? It's bullish. Now, with all these trend lines, friends, you can see the movement in terms of direction of the markets, or whether it be financial markets and so forth, is the same all the way. So now, with that being highlighted, looking at this, you can see that the market is moving up and it falls again. It rises and it falls. It rises and it falls. But in the fluctuations, in the up and down movements in this phase, you can see that it's moving upwards, and even the gradient is positive. We're not going to go into how to calculate this, how to determine this. It's very easy for those who understand the gradient formula we just shown the other day, but it's really not important for you to know that. But this, if you are to do calculations, you will realize that you get a positive gradient. Here you get a negative gradient. And what we need to understand is that in a positive gradient, it means more money gets pumped into the crypto asset. It means more money goes into that market. And a negative one, it means more money is coming out of the market. So if the market is negative, it means it's bearish. Now it faces down. And if the market is positive, it means it's bullish. It moves up. You know, that is the war between the bulls and the bears. So it's always happening like that. When the bears lose strength, then the bulls take over and they push the market up. They push the prices up. So this is just minor things that you just need to understand as you come and you trade and you do the settings inside your RQ. You just need to understand that this is what will be happening in essence. So the market is either moving upwards or it's moving downwards. It's just as simple as that. And when it goes up, friends, it means more money is pumped into the market. What does that mean? When more money is pumped into the market, it means the market cap. We are now on the referencing website. We are on CoinMarketCap. The other one that we were at, this one is tradingview.com. That's where we analyze the market that you could be trading and so forth. So with time, when you are trading, say, Bitcoin, you should be able to know that, okay, 1, 2, 3 is happening in Bitcoin. Bitcoin market is moving downward. It means gradually the USDT value is coming out of the market. And when BTC market is bullish, it means more money is pumped into that market. And when more money is pumped into the market, what happens? The price shoots up. It means the demand is increasing like that. Many people want to buy Bitcoin. And as more people want to buy Bitcoin, now the pressure of demand increases and that causes the price to shoot up just like that. Now, looking at this, you can see at the moment, Bitcoin price is $60,949 and 23 cents. You have seen of the past few days that it was around 52, 53, 54, and so forth. This shows you that, friends, more money came into the market. It means if more money came into the market, it means the gradient is positive. It means the trend is a positive trend. It's green, you know. So even before we go into the Bitcoin market, you should have an idea that because the price has increased, you know, and you are able to see that in the past 7 days, when you check on the CoinMarketCap, you are able to see that it has gone up by 10%. It means you are expecting a positive trend. You know, it means the bulls are taking over. The bulls are more powerful than the bears. It means more money is getting into the Bitcoin market, and that is going to help you when you do your settings on your app. And it's not necessary for you to understand this, but when you do, it makes life much easier for you as you come up with the percentages. You understand that certain percentages might not be reached. If they are too huge, you'll find that in a bullish market, the margin will not be dropping that deep. So as a result, you'll find that the market is pushing higher and higher. So if the market pushes higher and higher, you need to make use of percentages that will enable your USDT, that is your money, to go into that particular crypto that you are trading. But in a case whereby the market is bearish, the market is going down, let me give an example. In a case whereby the market is going down like this, it means this is a drop. When it drops like this, it's not a rise. When it drops like this, it means your margin calls will most likely be filled much faster, and you will see that more number of calls on your system, on your app, are going to be shown there. But in a case whereby a market is bullish, then you will see also that it's best to your first buying amount to be bigger so that more money goes into that market, because the chances are the market will not be dropping, meaning the margin drop limit will not be filled in faster. Because if, say, for instance, you start with $10, you will see that your board will be taking profit, but of $10, because the market is not going down, it's going up. When it rises like that, it means your margin calls will not be filled, you know. But what will happen is your first buying amount will be the one that is selling, And if your first buying amount is $10, it means you'll be collecting 1.3% of $10. And we find that there's a lot of sales or sells, so to speak. And when those sales kick in, you see that there was a whole lot of activity in your robot, but the amount of profits, it's not that substantial. So these are the things that we just need to understand as a trader that they will be happening. But in a downward trend, certainly levels must be there and the market will be absorbing your USDT as the market drops. You can see at the moment we are on DOT USDT. So we spoke of Bitcoin earlier on the coin market cap. We can simply go into the Bitcoin market while we are still here. Let's see exactly what transpired there so that we are able to see exactly what we spoke of. And any market that you may think of, we're going to select markets according to the readings in terms of percentages that we see from our app or from our robot. And then from there, we will then be able to even predict how the market structure will be. And when you have that understanding, it will make your life easier when you start trading. I'm looking for Bitcoin USDT. I'm selecting that it is. So now I spoke to you that we've seen that the price of Bitcoin was moving up. So if the price of Bitcoin was moving up, it means the trend is positive. And remember, money is where the candlesticks are, not in the open areas. So you follow the candlesticks. The candlesticks give you data of money that is coming in and out of the market. So yeah, so now I'll just quickly draw a trend line and you will see this is a very sharp move upward. So if I'm to draw a trend line here, you can see that this is a positive trend line. And even, I think I didn't even start it on a good, let me just quickly start it somewhere here. You will see, actually it's very steep, honestly speaking. So it's very, very steep. So you can see that the market has been moving up like crazy. That is the Bitcoin market. So if you look at a trend line there, I wanted to touch the bigger tweaks of the more engulfing candlesticks up there. So down here, there we go. So now, delete. Yes, that's it. So now with that, friends, you can see what is happening. That certainly money is getting into the Bitcoin market. Money is getting into the Bitcoin market. It's a bullish market. It means it's positive, it's green, it's not negative. So it means the bulls have taken over. But if you check from the 7th of September, if you are to draw a trend line there, this is just a simple thing. We will go into our app, but it's good when you go into the app that you understand that markets don't always move in the same direction. That knowledge is going to make you money with time. So it's okay, that's it. This color, let me make it red to represent you that the bears, you know, that the bears were taking over. It means the bears were stronger than the bulls for almost the whole month of September. If you check this candlestick here, if you check at the bottom, you will see that it's the 7th of September. And then from the 7th of September to the 28th of September, the market has been falling like that. The market has been falling like that, friends. And then ever since here, let me just quickly delete this. Let me delete this. Forgot that I'm still on the selected mode for that. So now if you check, you can see even if I'm to move this, oops, delete again, delete. So now with that, select. I don't know what's happening with my cursor there. That's it. So now, I believe that in essence, you can see exactly what is happening with the what do you call the movement of the market. You know, the movement of the market in an upward trend, more money comes in. And when more money comes into the market, it means the price is increasing. Remember, the price is on the vertical line, and then the constant factor is on the horizontal line, which is days. You know, days are independent. They keep on, you know, being concluded. You know, tomorrow it's coming, whether we like it or not, whether we are making money or not, tomorrow it's coming. And that is the 17th of October. But the price of Bitcoin or the price of any crypto, for it to go up, it will depend on whether money is coming into that market or not. That's what determines the vertical factor, so to speak. It is dependent. It depends on whether people are buying that asset or not. So even as you trade, understand that the robot is not going to cause the market to appreciate in value. No, the robot is there to buy when the markets drop, that is to buy low, and to sell when the market increases in value. It means that the board is buying low and then it's selling high. That is the duty of the board. It doesn't make the markets to rise or fall. No, it is only ready to buy low and sell high. That is the task of the board. It's like a natural person that you would have paid to watch the markets and to always, you know, buy for you and to sell for you whenever it's profitable to do so. So when you subscribe to the board of RoyalQ, you have actually employed it for the whole year. You pay that 120 and the board will be there for you. It is contracted, so to speak, for the whole year to be buying low and selling high for you. So now we are going to go into the board. Unfortunately, I don't know what is happening with the settings of this Zoom. We're not able to share screens simultaneously. So I've tried to look at the settings and so forth. I don't know, but I will have to check it later after our session. Hopefully next week, we will be having a possibility for multiple screen sharing so that even more of us can share, maybe even 4 of us, if possible, and share, and we are able to analyze different accounts and so forth. We want to make our trading sessions to be more interactive so that your confidence in operating the board can increase, so that when you are there at home, you know, you are able to go in and out of the markets as activity happens. You would have seen that in our team, we never spoke about Bitcoin before it could, after it broke out of this level. We never spoke of that, because the truth of the matter is we also build teams, we train people, and we're not only focusing on trading. But imagine how life is going to be when you are able to buy and to share in the group or in our WhatsApp group and enlighten other people of certain good setups and so forth. We will get to that level. So now, friends, we understand what is the positive trend and what happens when the trend is positive. That is very important. And what happens when the trend is negative, it's also important. And another thing that works with psychology is this. Please understand that each and every asset that we are trading, it is paired with USDT. When we use Forex is foreign currency exchange, for instance. Now, what happens with Forex is it's a currency of one country against another country. There's a base currency and there's a code currency. But now with cryptos, it's not like that. Remember, cryptos are decentralized. They're not controlled by any authority or any government and so forth. So which means that is why now we're able to trade even on Saturdays and on Sundays. So now understand that each and every asset that you are trading, that is crypto, it is listed here on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. There's a lot of other websites where you can see the listing of the cryptos. Now, what happens is, say Bitcoin, you'll be trading Bitcoin, you could be trading ETH or Ether, which runs on Ethereum. We just generally call it Ethereum, but Ethereum in essence is the blockchain, and ETH is a native coin for it. Some call it Ether. So you can be trading ETH or Ether, you can be trading BNB or other, but it will always be paired with USDT. So it's important that you always have USDT before you think of starting to trade in your own exchange. And after the binding or the linking of your robot and the exchange, the robot will be able to read your USDT. The robot is not able to read other assets that it has not bought. The robot will only read the assets that it has actually opened for trading. You know, if you buy certain assets manually, those assets will not be seen on the RoyalQ side. The robot is only able to read the USDT balance. That is why when you log into your account, you will see there on the quantitative, you are able to see the USDT Yobi balance or USDT Binance balance, and not other things that you are doing manually in your exchange. That is why it's important that when you have taken trades through the board, through the RQ board, do not close them on the exchange side. Those that have been taken through the board, close them on the RQ side by simply selling them off. That is if maybe you need to use your USDT or whatever amount, whatever it is that you want to do. And we'll go into the app and talk about that. So now, each and every crypto you are trading is going to be paired with USDT. So what does that mean, friends? It simply means that when you are trading Bitcoin, you are trading a pair of BTC USDT, meaning that the robot is going to make use of your USDT, which is actually an equivalent currency to crypto to US dollar. It's a stable coin. Whether the markets move up or down, USDT does not fall. It is always around $1 in value. You can see here it's 0.99. That is almost $1. It is $1. It fluctuates like that, but it never falls below that. It is always around that. It's stable and to keep on being like that, meaning that the board will make use of your USDT to go into markets that are volatile. Markets must be volatile for us to benefit. If markets don't move up and down, then there will be no opportunity for us to make money. Now, you as a trader, you need to be happy when the markets fall and also when the markets rise, because that creates an opportunity for both the bulls and the bears to make profits out of the fluctuations of the markets. Because if, say, for instance, you've got fear of losing money, then in that case, you must keep your money in Tether, in USDT. Because when you have 300 USDT today, you'll have 300 USDT tomorrow, you'll have 300 USDT even next year, up until your subscription has actually lapsed. It's as simple as that. Until you convert your USDT into any crypto, there will be no opportunity for you to grow your trading balance. So please understand that your USDT must go into the market, but as it goes into different markets, let it go in such a way that you are able to profit from the ups and downs. And instead of you going all out, keep some reserves so that you are able to respond to certain fluctuations that can be too deep, that the floating loss is too much and you are not actually able to react to that because all your USDT has gone into the market. When we write the professional edition test, there is a question that says you can go all out, it doesn't matter. And that answer is incorrect. You need to know what you're doing when selecting currencies and so forth. So now, just quickly to recap, what I wanted to show you here is that each and every currency that you are trading, it is paired with USDT. That is why you will never find USDT amongst the list of cryptos when you search inside your quantitative, whether on the general or on the professional. We'll go there now. And not only that, you will never also find, say for instance, USD C coin. This also is a stable coin. It's a stable coin equivalent to $1. So you will never find it amongst the cryptos that we trade, because here there's no fluctuation. There's no up and down movement. Look, what happened in the last 7 days is 0%. It means no up and down. So that is what is happening. Now, with that being highlighted, friends, I believe that with this background knowledge or understanding, certainly we cannot touch everything, but every day when you attend training sessions like this, as we engage, you will be growing, you will be learning, and you're going to be at peace and very confident when you take your trades. So now, when you have your USDT that has gone into different markets, do not panic when you see, say, for instance, your balance overview in your exchange has actually dropped. It has dropped because of the market in which you have entered. It's now bearish. It is forming a downward gradient. It means money is sliding out of that market. It means the bears are stronger. It means people are cashing out of that market. And then you are getting into that market because you want to make money out of it. Hence, you need to be patient until the market has gone up. So now, with that being highlighted, we're going to go into the sharing of the screens, and we will take a trade using the method that we believe is the best, but we're going to make it more interactive. For now, let's hear please from anyone up to the point where we are. Have you picked something? Is there a question that you have from whatever that we've touched, so that as we go into the app, at least you will understand certain things. You will be able to connect the dots. And remember, this session is recorded, so you will certainly be able to go through this again and again. Thank you. Let's hear, please, anyone who would like to say something before we start sharing our app and then taking a trade.
Hello, Malid. I think I'm having a bit of audio issues here.
I can see you breaking, but I could hear you earlier. I don't know what is happening. Anyone, please, would like to say something about what, do you understand what is happening in the markets before we go into the chart? Because remember, what the robot is trading, the robot trades the market, trades what you have seen on the charts. The robot is trading what you see on the charts. So you can see, like, for instance, many people last month, those who were trading Bitcoin, they will tell you that they are in a floating loss. There's not much selling, so to speak, simply because we're on the whole warehouse, and we'll talk about those different methods of trading. But those who are trading Bitcoin today, they can see a lot of selling taking place. I mean, from September the 29th, you know, partners have been seeing an upward move. You have seen from here, you have seen from here that the market was growing like crazy. Things were happening. I don't know if this is really been shown, portrayed nicely on the, I'm looking onto the chart. I don't know what is happening. Yes, from here. Yeah, okay. Yes, from this area here at the bottom, you can see that the market has been moving up to the level where it is today. We're around 60,000, you know, price of Bitcoin. So I was holding my smartphone upside down, so I was seeing the inverse. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's it. I've had you leadership. There are other.
Yes, I think there's a hand up, leader Tepo. It's got a hand up.
Okay.
Maybe they can ask the question.
Okay. So, okay. So I hope other partners, please. Tepo, let's unmute. Leadership Tepo, we're sending you a request to unmute. Yes.
Yes, good day.
Good day, sir.
Good day. Yes, good day, leaders. I wanted to ask regarding to the charts.
Yes.
Because I've realized that the daily chart. On the current day, it can show a red candle.
Yes.
And then the hourly chart can show a green candle.
Yes.
So I was challenged which one is stronger.
Okay.
Yes.
So the reading, the data of the outcome of the color of the candlestick is determined by what has happened in terms of the opening price and the closing price. So now what happens is this one candlestick here represents today's performance from the opening to where the price currently is. Say, for instance, before I come to this one, let's go to this green one. You can see it, right?
Yes.
Yes. This green one, it shows yesterday's performance, the 15th of October. Now, what determines the color of a candlestick? Or even before I go there, what forms a day? We are on a day's chart here. You can look at it here. What forms a day is 24 hours. And what forms an hour is 60 minutes. Meaning within a day's candlestick, divisions of 24 hours in total. So which means inside this, if we click inside this particular candlestick, we're going to have many candlesticks to the total number of 24, you know? So which means each candlestick on an hourly time frame shows you what happened within an hour. So now, this particular candlestick that we see now, it shows you that the price of Bitcoin ever since the market opened is actually lower than the price at which the market opened at today. The opening price and the closing price will always be on the same level. Let me give an example. A switch between today, the midnight point is the switch between today and tomorrow. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, and that is a split of a second. And then the price will be on the same level. So what it means is this. Always, the opening price and the closing price will be the same. You can see with these particular candlesticks here, the two of them, yesterday's candlestick closed here, and the color is green. So what it means is this. When the color is green, it means the closing price up here is actually higher than the opening price. It means yesterday, the Bitcoin price opened around 57,000 US dollars, but it closed midnight around 61,000. And then today, it means immediately it opened around 61, and then it went up. It went up, and then it came down. For instance, this is this mark will always be there because this is it's an opening. This will always be there because this is the opening price for today. And it shows that it went up, it reached this height, but it never reached yesterday's higher high. It reached lower than that, and then it went down. When it crosses below the opening price, the candlestick changes to red. But when it moves above the opening price, it changes to green. So now when we go to an hourly chart, you're going to see a difference between the opening price and the closing price of the hourly time frames and not the daily time frames. So that is what actually determines what happens. Hence, those who are into Forex, those who are scalping the Forex market, they focus on the smaller time frames. Like for instance, when you look at this one, we see green, we see red now, simply because at the moment, the actual price, this is price action. You'll see it's red now. The reason why it's red is because the price at the moment is lower than the opening price of this particular candlestick on an hourly time frame. So if it changes, if the price moves up above the opening price, you will begin to see a green action price here. That's what is happening. That's what determines that. But then overall performance of the day, you are able to see it on a daily time frame that the price of Bitcoin is actually going down ever since the opening today. And you can see it ever since yesterday. You can see like what is happening. I hope Leadership Circle, you understand.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So yeah, that's it. So at the moment it's and this will help you as a trader to not buy anytime soon, because the market will it's still showing that it's more bearish. It's more bearish because of what happened yesterday. It means, but we're not going to go into that for now. You know, so don't be fooled by the smaller time frames, unless if you're going to enter for a short time. You can enter for a short time, but if you think you're going to hold that position for longer than a day, then you'll find that actually you are in a floating loss. So yeah, that's it. So let's quickly now go into the charts. Other things, friends, don't worry. We are doing this because this is training, and in terms of the operating of the bot, you really don't need to come and focus on the charts. But we've seen that it's important for you to come to the charts and see exactly what is happening, so that you don't say, hey, my bot is not selling. You might just come and say, okay, Bitcoin is more green. If Bitcoin is more green, it means it's more money. If you see more red, it means there's more buying that needs to take place. If you see more red, it means you must have more USDT to buy the price according to your call margin. You know, as they drop, there must be more buying to take place. As it moves up, there must be more selling. You know, you sell because you would have bought. So thank you so much. Let's quickly start sharing from the app, and then we're discussing the issue of a simple trading strategy. You know, you don't need to go to school to do these things, honestly. You just need to see and understand, and then take these things with confidence. You don't need to be spectacular. You don't need to be good in science. This is just an art of trading. Anybody can do this, you know. So it's like operating a TV remote, you know. So it's something of that. People excel in operating their remotes for the TV because they love certain programs on TV. So when you love making money, you will then be able to buy and sell with this, I believe. So that's it. So let's encourage partners to operate their own apps accordingly. Now, where am I? So, okay, thank you. Let's quickly go to here. So now we are at the moment on the inside. We are inside the board. What I will be doing here is simple. I'm just going to be buying. But remember, friends, when you trade, you must also know how much you are trading with. Let me give you an example. When you come to RoyalQ, you must know that you will need at least 140. You see, 120 USDT is going to be for the subscription. The 20 USDT is going to be utilized for what? It's going to be utilized for it's going to be used for your gas fees, you know, for the charges and all those kind of stuff. So now when you come into trading, also you must be having a clear picture of how much you're going to be trading with. So not different settings will work for different amounts, you know. So that is something that we need to understand. So now I'm on the home page. You can see at the bottom left of this, I'm on the home page. This is where we are at. Let me just quickly. So what we'll be doing now is let's go to quantitative. We go to quantitative. You can see that there is $323 that is available here. So now it's up to you how much you want to trade with each piece, but also understand that the amount of money that you want to go into the market with will determine how much you're going to make. Let me give an example. 1% of $10 is smaller than 1% of $100. And $10 will buy you lesser quantity, but $100 will buy you a bit more. And 1,000 even extremely more. You know, I'm just giving an example. So that is something that you need to understand, that as you buy cryptos, quantity is everything. Like of today, when you have a little bit above 60,000 US dollars, you're going to have 1 unit. But if you have a little bit more than 120,000 US dollars, you're going to have 2 units of Bitcoin. So the more money you have, the more quantity you're going to have of that particular asset, and the more buying power you're going to get as the asset sells. Now, at the moment we are here, if you check here, you will see there's BNB. I'm just sliding. I'm on the general tab at the moment. General tab, according to, I've never read it anywhere, but my understanding says it's more of reliable, more stable. But the word reliable, I don't mean in terms of fluctuation. You know, these are, you know, the cryptos that are there and so forth. But when you go to professional, they will be extremely volatile. That is why now, for you to trade cryptos that are on professional, you must have done the professional edition test, you know. So that's what is happening. Then you'll get cryptos like this that can rise and fall like crazy, and like sheep, like, you know, what has been happening and so forth. So it means if you are putting your money into cryptos like this, you must just understand what is happening in terms of your buying and selling. But when you come into general, you will see Bitcoin is also on general. Let's click BTC. You can search BTC. You can see Bitcoin is there, you know, so it's under general. So it shows you that anybody can trade Bitcoin without having to worry too much. Now, with this, normally what I will do when I look at trades, you know, with the strategy that we're going to be doing today, you can really go into any crypto irrespective of the percentages, but it's always better to buy low or to enter when the market is at its low, because it means the chances are the market is going to rise with you and you'll start actually collecting profits faster. Now look at BTCST is now minus 10%. You know, they changed them. It has dropped by 10%. So that shows you that the market has gone down by that. So you can consider buying that market. I think we're going to trade it. We see 2% on other pieces like FIL, look at FTT, you know, 3 and so forth. I haven't seen anyone that is above. I'm on the Binance. If you check right on the top right corner there, we are on Binance. We don't see any crypto that is above 10. So without thinking much, I prefer that we go straight into the one with minus 10%, so that at least, you know, it might go up with us. If it goes further down, it may not be extremely low, because we believe that it's the most in terms of comparison. When you look at the available options that we have here, I'm just checking up to the top. You can see nothing that is lower than this. This is the lower low in comparison when you check amongst other cryptos. So now what I will do then, I will then prefer to enter into the market with this one. The reason being, when someone comes into the business trading for the first time as their sponsor, when you buy a market that is low like this, they start collecting profits faster, and that will put a smile on their face. It's not nice when someone has gotten into the business today and you have taken a trade, you have helped them take a trade and they are not seeing profits, you know, that is not good. So choose the market that is at its low, at its lower low, so to speak. So amongst the list that we have on Binance, we have seen, and that's what we select. So always make sure that you are on the correct exchange that actually you have money in, or that you have linked your board to, so that you see your money available there and we do the trade. Now with this one, friends, I'm thinking we can use 150, and I will be doing this with you so that you understand that it's just practical, you know, application of this. It's easy to operate this board, and that's what we're going to be doing together. I need to put my phone on a charger because it has got this tendency of dropping from 21% to even lower than that faster. I don't know. So, but for now, I just wanted to place it on a charger so that you don't get disappointed. So now, leaders, we are here. We are going into the market. I've seen leaders who, or other partners who are into Forex trading, when they come into this, because they are used to MetaTrader 4, MT4, and all those files and so forth, they think this is different. It's really not different, honestly, when you understand. So now we are here, and this is BTCST. You know, we chose this. We chose this because of how it has gone down. So we go to trade setting, and you can see there on the trade setting that we have an amount of, just for a moment, we have an amount of $10. I'm making a request that at least our startup, our first buy-in, let it be at least $15, so that we don't have that situation whereby a slippage happens and instead of selling and there's a massive move downwards or a red candlestick that because of whatever that happens in the market. Now, in the process of the board selling and the price drops below your $10 and the exchange rejects that. The exchange cannot take a trade that is lower than $10. Minimum, it's $10. And I'm of the opinion that with time, because of so many error messages of insufficient funds for the short positions, when you go short in currencies, it means you are selling. A short position is a selling position, and a long position, it means you are buying. So most of the time, you will see that there was a failure with going short or with your short position on the exchange side, you know, because of insufficient. It's because of that asset was below 10 USDT. So, and that happens because of factors that are beyond the control of the robot. So now, with this being highlighted, friends, you can see that we have $15 there, and I used to recommend that we can even push this to 8. You know, you can make it even more than this, but because we are around 150 USD, that is the budget for this. We're going to use 8, and I'm going to capture pictures of this as we agree together. We're going to use 8 margin call limits. These margin call limits, it means as the market falls, the robot will be buying at different levels and so forth, thereby accumulating your quantity of whatever asset that you will be trading. So I don't want to make changes on many things at this point. I just want you to see a few things that you need to do. The first buying amount, $15 there. But remember, when you have more money, you can even make your first buying amount 150. I'm giving an example. And you can work around the settings according to what is actually suitable for your budget or your trading balance. That's what is happening. So you are at liberty to work around these positions. Like now, open position doubled. You don't click that one, because if you do, it means the market, the board will go into the market with $30. It will double that 150. It will be, that $15 will be $30. It will be times 2. And whenever position is taken, it will be doubled like that. So it's not good. So it's best to not actually touch it until you have seriously substantial amount of USDT to trade with. Now, whole position take profit. Whole position take profit simply shows you that when the asset that you have bought, you know, if it's for $15 of whatever amount, when it goes up by 1.3%, the robot is going to be activated to get ready to take profit, but it won't take profit immediately. But that tracking mode is going to be activated. And what will happen is if the market goes up, you know, by 1.4, 1.5, the robot will allow that to happen. It can even get to 2%, for instance, even to 3%, depending on how bullish that candlestick is or that movement going up is. Now, if it happens at any point that the market drops by 0.3%, that is whole position take profit callback. If it drops by 0.5%, then profits will be locked or profits will be taken, so to speak. You know, that is whole position take profit callback. It means get ready to take profit when you reach 1.3%. That is whole position take profit ratio. And whenever the asset grows by 1.3, the robot will be ready to take profit, but it won't take it immediately. It will wait until there's a minor dip or drop of 0.3%. In a perfect scenario, it means if the market reaches 1.3% and it goes down by 0.3, it means the answer is going to be 1%, meaning 1.3 minus 0.3, you are left with 1%. It means the robot is actually designed to take 1% minimum. Do you understand? In a perfect market condition, but unfortunately, there are slippages that might be suffered and so forth. Now, we're going to go into the margin configuration. On the margin configuration, friends, we're going to see exactly what is happening with this. We're going to see what is happening with these levels. Here is margin call limit. But here, those calls must be configured. And we're going to see how they go when we click here, the arrow pointing to the right. But before that one, there is buy-in callback. It means when in a perfect market condition, after the profit has been taken, the bot must come back when there is 0.5% drop. Do you understand? When there is 0.5%, the market must come and buy again. Remember, in buying, we buy low and sell high. So it means if the market drops by 0.5, the robot must come and buy again. That's what happens. So, but because of this is crypto and volatility can be crazy, there are times where you will see that those numbers are not the way that can be actually in a perfect situation. Now, with that being highlighted, you can see that we have distributed and take profit allocation. We're going to come here and check later, and then we'll also confirm other sub position take profit callback in here now. Let's quickly go here on margin configuration. Oh, I'm clicking on the second screen. So here we are. You see, the heading is margin configuration. It means set it up according to how much you have in your account so that the robot will continue to work according to that budget. After you've set these settings, the robot is going to perform according to these settings, because remember, some people think the robot must just trade anyhow. The robot cannot trade anyhow because your money does not go into the exchange account of RoyalQ. You know, the money goes into your own exchange account as an individual. And as an individual, your balance is unique to yourself. It differs with other people. So it's important that we give some guidelines as to what needs to be done in your own account. And this is what promotes security of your funds. Now you can see that there are two columns below margin configuration. You can see we have margin call drop. Margin call drop, it means bearish. It means fall. When the price falls, when the price reduces, there must be a way in which we are buying. And not only that, on the second column, the heading is multiple buy-in ratio. You know, how are you going to be buying again after you have entered? Let's go one step back to see, after you have entered with your first buying amount of 15 USDT, what is going to happen in terms of the remainder of the calls. Remember, we set 8 calls, and you can see those calls. The bottom one is the 8th, and the first one is the one of 3.5%, margin drop. Now, friends, we're going to be using the sub-bin mode, that is real-time settlement. So with that, it simply means that we need to make sure that we set it in such a way that the robot will then be able to perform without a struggle. I will give an example. You know that our first buying amount is $15 for this particular setting, and I will use this as the most basic. And say, for instance, for us to go into this market faster, looking at the 10% drop that we already have in this market, you know, so you can say, for instance, go down by, if the market drops by 1.5%, you know, you will buy 1 times. You know, you can check. If you think 1.5% will take longer for you, you can make it 1%, it's fine. But I have a belief that this can still drop faster than this, you know, so that is why I don't want them to be just filled quicker like that. So now you can see 1.5, you know, 111 from call number 1 to call number 4. I will be using the same settings. And then, you know, we are using our 15. Our 15, when we say we buy 1 times, it means we put another $15 into this market, okay? Please, when I make errors there, communicate. Now, call number 1, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, you can see that when the market goes, when it drops by 1.5%, we're going to buy. When it drops, the first call, when the market drops by 1.5%, we're going to buy 1 times. When it drops again by 1.5%, we buy again. To understand. But if certain markets are extremely volatile, you can even increase the percentage here, maybe to 3.5 to 4%, because you know that market can go down further and further. You've seen some floating loss by 50% and so forth. So you can even put bigger percentages there. But at least let's start from the basics so that you understand exactly what is happening. You say, now, according to what we have seen with this board settings, is that from first call to the 4th call, those positions, they are taken as the whole warehouse, you know? So the company then requires you to move to call number 5, number 6, going up to be on the sub-bin mode. So now, which means these positions on the 1st to the 4th call, they will be taken as one thing, as the board continuously is continuously buying and buying as the market drops. You understand? It will be increasing the quantity of your asset at different levels as the market price drops. You know, first call, second call, and the 3rd call and the 4th call will be taken as the whole position, so to speak. And the entire positions, it will be averaging out. It's sort of a martingale strategy, whereby as the price reduces, you buy again. As the price reduces, you buy again. What does that do? It accumulates your quantity. It still satisfies that rule of buying low, you know, and then you're going to sell high when the position grows by 1.3%, for instance, you know, you will be ready to sell. So that's what will be happening. Now, let's go to the 4th call. On the 4th call, we know that, I mean, the 5th call, I beg your pardon, you know that before, let's get our budget right. Remember, we have entered the market with $15, and then the market dropped by 1.5%. That is the first call, that is margin drop. When it dropped by 1.5%, we buy 1 times with another $15. So if you check, we have $15 from the first call to the 5th call, which is 60, plus the first call, which is now at this level 4, you will be having 75. Please agree with me. You will be having $75 US.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, thank you. I believe next week's training will be better because we're going to share both screens. Thank you so much for the confirmation. It shows that I'm not alone, you said. So now I understand when pastors say, can I get an amen when they preach, you know? They need this. So thank you so much, leadership. So now let's look at this, friends. We know we're going to be using sub-bin. Sub-bin mode, what does it mean? It means that the whole position number 4 going, number 5 going up, is not going to wait for position number 1 to number 4 to be in profit for it to sell. No, it's going to sell as an individual. So now, what does that mean? It simply means that we can put even a nicer percentage. We can put maybe 3% here. If the market drops by 3%, you can increase the quantity on the number of times. You can increase the quantity when you have the budget for that. But you and I know now that we are left with 75, okay? We are left with 75. So this 75, it means we can buy how many times? We can buy 5 times. But what are we left with? We are left with call number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're left with 4. So what we will do is this. We can make this to drop by 3%, and maybe if the market really goes down like that, you can put maybe, let's say 5% down there, the last one. So now what will happen is this. We're going to buy 1 times again here. 1 times. And then here, how much are we left with? From 5 to 7 is how many positions? 1, 2, 3. Those are 3 positions of $15 each. Now, if you look at that, now those 3 positions, it's 45. That is 45. Now that 45 out of 75, we are left with 30. So which means we can make the last call to buy with 2. This is the last kick of a dying horse. You have utilized everything. It means on call number 8, you let the market drop by 5%. Why am I doing this? It's so that you believe that at this level, the market would have fallen to the point whereby it has got no choice now. The bears at this level are now really weaker and the bulls must take over. And you'll be buying with 2. You will be buying with 2 times. So that is $30. And then we confirm. Even before I confirm, we need to save these settings. We will save them when we finish. Now, this is what is happening. We confirmed that. So you can see that on distributed and take profit allocation, you come there and you can check those 1.3s are okay according to what they are, confirm. And it means in this case, we are happy with our settings. You can save. And please change the strategy. You go to that cube. You see that cube is whole. Click on strategy mode. This is crazy. Click on strategy mode. You see you are on a whole warehouse mode. So now let's click the sub-bin mode, real-time settlement. You click that and then you confirm. And then let's start our trade. And then we confirm. Now the trade has been taken. The trade has been taken. Friends, we are done. Look, that strategy cube there. That, I don't know, that box, can you see how it is now? It's been reduced. It shows you that the mode is different this time around. And you can see on the top left corner that we have 14.94 USDT. That is the position. Remember, there's minor fluctuations. It's okay. This will always be like that. It doesn't matter. And that is, it shows you that we've entered the market with $15, which actually alleviates that crisis of, I don't know if that is a good word, of short position, of short position failing to be placed.
Can I say something, please?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, please, can you go back to the trade settings? I didn't capture the 5th, 6th, and the 7th call.
Okay, trade
sorry.
No, it's okay, leadership, we are together. Margin configuration, here we are. You see, call number 8 is when the market has dropped by 5%, which is bigger than all of them because we'll be buying twice. We believe that at that level, the price will be so low that when we enter with $30, something of a significant change actually will happen in that position, you know. So I will be sharing the performance of
Okay,
this.
so now,
Yes.
one more question, please.
Yes.
So now, if we calculate it now from the first call to the last call, that means that the bots will be buying 9 times, right?
Yes, you can say that.
Plus
yes.
the first one, then
Yes.
plus the first, okay. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yes,
Okay.
you are correct, because the first buy-in is not included on this list. The first buy-in is the one that validates your presence into the market. Your first buy-in amount, you have entered the market now. Which market? The one that we have selected. Now the bot knows that you have authorized it to trade the market and you have entered with $15. And now instructions to this robot is to buy when the price goes down by 1.5% on the first call, and it must buy with how much? It must buy with the same amount that it has entered with. That is 1 times. That is 15, 15, 15. And the last is going to be 2 times, which is $30 at the price, at a level whereby the price will have dropped significantly.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. Thank you
so much. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, leadership. So now, yeah, that's it. We are in the market now. We have taken our trade. You can take as many trades as you desire. And if you are to check, you check on top there, you can see, friends, we are in this market. The market is showing us blue. Why is it showing us blue? It's showing us blue because we bought the market that has fallen the most amongst them all. And you're not the only one who's seeing it. Other traders in RQ are seeing it. And other traders even outside RoyalQ who are trading are seeing it and they are buying it. You see, it was on -10. Now it has gone up. It's now on -8. Now it's playing like that. And you'll keep on seeing that anytime from now, that $15 can take profit, you know. But if the market falls further, you will see that the board will be buying more as the market drops and the board will be selling. So we are excited about this. And you can also see this is on cycle. Once you have set up this, the board will be using that budget, you know, of 150 for this particular asset of BTC ST. It's going to be using that through and through for the whole year, up until you make a decision to say, yo, I've accumulated a lot of money out of this. Let me increase my budget for this. Let me trade with more. Maybe now you move your first buying amount to $30. You are using the profits that you have actually accumulated from this particular board to trade with bigger money, you know, higher margins, so to speak. With this, you put more money into this particular project, you know, you are trading, and the robot will be doing this for you day and night, 24/7 for the whole year. You don't need to come and worry about, hey, the market is falling or the market is rising. The board will make sure that when the market falls, it will keep on buying. When the market rises, it will keep on selling, just like that. And not only that, when the market has fallen significantly and it begins to rise at the lower lows, now what will happen is this: the board will be selling according to margin call. Am I correct? The margin configuration. The board will be, according to the call number 5, you know, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th. That one, it will be taking profit. They will be taking profit individually before the first calls up there can be in profit. You will still be in a floating loss, but because the market does not just go down for in a linear, it's not just a sharp downward move. there is activity, there is fluctuation, even at the lower lows. Now, from those lower rises, the board is going to be taking profit for you. So you will have a situation whereby profits are captured almost every day, depending on the markets that you are trading, you know, because there is activity at the lower lows. But look at what the robot encourages you to do. The robot encourages you to take first call, second call, third call, and the fourth call before they can sell for you in a deep market. You know, so the first call to the fourth call must first be taken before the sub-bin mode can be effected. So you must have invested something into a market before the board can focus on selling for you in the lower lows of the fluctuations of whatever currency or crypto that you are into. So thank you so much, friends. We're going to take questions, and I will please make a request that one of our leaders here to conclude the session for us, but we're not going to leave the session. We'll remain behind to answer questions so that as a team, we are happy. But to make this very short, let's please conclude this session for now for the purposes of recording, so that this is not going to be tedious for those that will be following. But we believe that going into detail like this, it will help. And the Zoom that will come after this will show 2 or 3 screens whereby we're going to be interpreting that and linking it to what you see in your margin configuration according to what you see in the markets. And I believe that will put a smile on your face. So, but for today, I think this is something. Thank you so much. And any leader, please, that is ready, can you please conclude the session for us, but we remain in the Zoom.
Thank you, Leadership KG, for the wonderful presentation and for the wonderful training. You know, I basically believe that, you know, knowledge sharing is really power. And thank you to all the leaders who are on the training. This serves as a foundation for us as we all go forward. It is important that we trade, and we trade with understanding, you know. So I think with those brief closing remarks, we are going to all unmute, and we take our slogan. But before I say that, tomorrow being a Sunday is normally a rest day and a day of prayer for all of us, for those who go to church, and we take it as a rest day as well. So we are going to be back here on Monday at 7 p.m. Please invite your business partners, invite your prospects. Let's bring them to the platform as well so that they can come and learn. With those few remarks, can we all kindly unmute as we take our slogan? RoyalQ.
Welcome to the future.
RoyalQ.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to the future.
RoyalQ.
All right, thank you so much, my fellow leaders. I think at this point we can stop the recording as we proceed with the rest of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, leadership.